Good morning, everyone. Hope this is a good morning for all of you. I'm starting off in my little casita and going to work my way outside, remembering that I'm filming. I do forget that sometimes, like then. So we're going to, whoa, you have to see my posse. Hold on a second. There's Boomer Doomer. There's Button Buttons, or Button Pudwalder. She's so pretty. And this is a new member of my family. She is called Mija, but I'm going to be calling her Mija because Mija, it's a wonderful Spanish name for a little precious one. And she is, but I unfortunately had a customer of mine when I was working who used to come into the shop and go, Mija, Mija. Oh, God, it sounded like a donkey brain. So I have adversity to that name. Anyway, here's the latest garden view. I started pulling out some of these guys here haven't opened up yet. They'll wait till it's 100. And I've looked into the story behind my abandoned mine shaft. And that'll be coming up later. I like stories. So I've kept some of the flowers. They're worth a drop or two of water. And I can see the Tres Hermanas. That's the three sisters over there. Last couple of days I haven't been able to see them at all. This haze is pretty bad. But then again, there's people out there that have it worse. I have to trim. My trees are prematurely dormanting. See how they're dying? Well, it's dormant. And I have some cutting to do because this slam I keep running into. I realized I have to get rid of my big barbecue. The wind blew it down the other day. And keep in mind the wind. The wind and the heat and blah. Nice and quiet here. And the garden. Well, for 65 gallons of water a day, I've gotten maybe 10 tomatoes. And I was going to show you, well, there's some melons down in there. So I'll keep watering this, although it looks hideous. I'm letting it go wild, though. It's going into the mesquite trees. And, oh well, I don't quite understand. Well, I do know what I did wrong. I should have put these vining plants in the ground where my defunct corn is now. Spaghetti squash is still trying to do something. I think I've got 5 spaghetti squash in there. The zinnias look beautiful. I love those. And I have just been so enamored with this summer squash, the yellow squash. Anyway, yeah, I've had lots of them. There's one. And this melon has, once it got over here, the melons fell off. Well, they all died. So I'm going to have to clean that up. My peppers are still doing well. Everybody over there is just looking good. I was so excited about the temperature going down. I already pulled the dead ones over here. This was a lesson in fertility. This ground is just not meant, without being amended, to grow like that. But my reeds have grown since I've watered out here. Those look really good. Had a lot of compost. Nothing major going on over there. I've got about an hour before curfew, before the heat gets so bad I can't stay out anymore. But the temperature was supposed to be lowering to the 90s. Well, it will for the next 2 or 3 days. Then all next week, we're over 100. This is so scary when you live in the desert, because water is, well, water is everything, folks. So treasure your water. This recycles. Plus, when I do clean it, it waters. This I planted a couple of years ago. Well, actually, the seeds planted there, so it's doing all right. Used to be my stream and came down to here, but it encouraged an awful lot of bugs. We call them Russian cockroaches. Guess we could call them Chinese, coming from China. So I'm going to show you a quick picture of that last video I did, working so hard out in the sun that just about killed me. Haven't done anything to the shed except for put the shade up there, and later that evening a small breeze came through and knocked it down. And see, I don't know if you guys can see, but I can see Cook's Peak. That's a little mountain range over there. Haven't been able to see it for days. My circle garden is somewhat got everything cut down on it. The grapes, not only mine, but the vineyards around here are all dying off. I guess it's their time. There's Boomer looking for a place to do his business. And there's Penelope Pudwalder Buttons. And look who's here. The new part of the family. Yes, that's Mija. In my words, Mija. Yes, she's adorable. I'm excited about her. The pack is growing. It'll be interesting if we ever get to travel again. So I had to break down and had to water the trees. It was just too hot. So the weeds really enjoyed it. So now the weeds are turning green. I just had to water over there yesterday, as you can see. The grass and the weeds are never dead. They're just gone until they get water again. So I haven't put a lot of, there's everybody eating God only knows what. Mija, what are you eating? What did you guys find to eat here? Well, we had a dollop or two of rain the other day, and sure enough, the tarantulas were out again, moving around. This poor guy fell down last year. As you can see, it's quite big. I do not like under here like this. That's where the snakes come. They like to hide there. And this is the corner that I killed that rattler in, inside there. I'm just not sure how to fix it, so it'll stay the same. And my little shade area. Yeah, it's that time. Just an odd year. I'm going to be putting all my boxes for growing next year in here, in this area here. As you can see, the boxes aren't that big, but they'll fit in here, and they will have shade. This area here does have shade, and I put it up purposely for the grapes. And this is honeysuckle. It's a very hardy honeysuckle. Gets a little weedy and needs a little bit of tender loving care. I did put an extra shade cloth up here because I was unable to use this area at all. So that's my shade cloth. Yep. We're just about done. I am going to try to clip this up. This is rosemary, and it loves it. This was a gallon pot 10 years ago. And see, this tree here has been here for a long time, and I've cut and cut and cut on it. But because of the watering situation and my shower being back over behind there, it gets water, as well the grapes and that do too. So far my 2-year-old Afghan pine is doing well. This guy here is about 12 years old, but has been transplanted 3 times. So it's now where it will go. This desert willow was, I'm going to say it's probably 6 years old. And I have a smaller one over here. This is just where they spread. And this is their pods. And inside here are tons of seeds. See them? So that's why they're so good around here. I've got some trimming up to do because I like them trimmed. We have Texas sage and Russian sage, and this is the local graveyard here. Tried to keep the reeds going without giving them too much water because I know they're just not used to it. So let's keep this in mind as we end up this video. That tree, Arizona ash, compared to that tree. Arizona ash, hardly any die off yet. This one out here in the sun that only gets water every now and then. It's, this one I planted 10 years ago. Or had it planted. But see, it's dying off too. It's had a rough life, this guy here. I had beetles, boar beetles in it. I don't know when I'm ever going to use my fireplace again. It's 70, 80 degrees in the evenings. And this guy was stunted. He's another Arizona ash that was here. It doesn't get the water it used to get when that was a pond. But as you can see, it's kind of stunted. More desert willow, and as I explained, this is a salt cedar, which is a water hog. They put them all around the lake, Elephant Butte Lake. In the spring, it turns all this pretty pink. So I kept it. Instead of a bush, it's becoming a tree. Same here with this one. I really like how you can train these, and you can see all the seed pods here. They form their seed pods right away. See that? So, but I have to be careful not to let too many of them grow. I was hoping to get this one removed before my handyman up and left me. I feel worse about that than if a husband would have left me, because this guy worked harder than any husband I had. And that's another Arizona ash that was here when I bought the place. It's just unique, so I've kept it and kept trimming it up and up. With the new neighbors purchasing that property, again, I haven't seen them, but with them, I want this all blocked off. So, and these are little chocolate daisies that come early spring, early summer, and then they just look like that. But they spread quite well. And the thing about them is they smell like chocolate if you rub the bloom. And this is back of the mine shaft. Oh, what a story that was. I was so happy to get the story behind it. I'm going to shade this in with some more of that shade cloth because it's so much better than my sheer curtains. The wind just, you know, these are throwaway curtains here, so, but the ones I had up, I had for, God, 7 years, hanging in this brutal sun. And the shed, of course, as you saw, is going to have the turquoise blue trim. I'm thinking I might do the yellow on top of it. These boards that I have up here for my shade, that was the deck that was in front of the barn. They're probably 1,000,000 years old, who knows. The guy that put them up for me was just beside himself that I wanted that. And this is my PVC when I put curtains up here, but I don't want any more curtains here. I put the shade up there that I can put down to stop the sun from coming in there. And so I'm going to do, I have to be careful out here because building up, I don't have a way of getting back here with my carts or my wheelbarrows. So it's, I have to be careful with closing it in. So this is the side that I need to close in. And that's the yellow that hasn't been painted yet. And it won't be until I find some skinny painter to get up there and paint it. And here's one of the bunches of garlic chives. This is what they do in the fall. But if you can tell the difference in the color here and there, this gets sun to this part here. I put this little table over these starts because they were getting cooked. So now they're growing well. But the sun is brutal, brutal. I have lots of peppers. But that's the monster tomato that I've gotten 2 tomatoes off of. Wow. I was hoping by this time to be able to do the chili processing, but video I want to do. The place I normally get my roasted chilies from is closed. I guess they're just going to do farming and they're not going to do the retail end of it. So I have to find somebody else to roast it, or before I get rid of this, I'll get some regular ones and roast them myself. They just turn out better if somebody else does it in the roaster that rolls. Well, that's some more garlic chives. And in this little area, and these spread all by themselves too, but they do need water. So I'm putting them by the things that do get water, if I can get them. These are all volunteers. This tree was healthier than the other tree. I planted this one also. Or I had them planted, please. Don't think I did it. I'm lucky I can get my bones out of bed in the morning. Well, little short update. Gardens are holding their own. I don't know for how long. Sometimes I just want to cry. I do get depressed, and I'm sure there's a lot of depressed people out there. And it's just that I'm forced not to do what I want to do. And I don't really feel forced. I think I could go wherever I wanted to go. But I'm old. I have asthma. I have cancer. I've got so much crap going on. They have to have a new term for existing conditions. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been fun visiting with you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Got lots of other things to do, video-wise, and I still have that shed to work on. So we'll be working on that sooner or later. But since it's just me who does it, it very well could be later. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. I hope it's cool and refreshing wherever you're from, and that God finds you and makes sure you're going to be okay. I love you all. God bless you. Bye.